Hello, if you are a creative like myself and you're looking to start your brand, to build your brand, it could be starting a podcast or a YouTube channel, or it could be anything that you're trying to pursue right now when it comes to like following your dreams, starting expressing your passion, and you're just absolutely terrified to even start, then this video is for you. My name is Gloria Malinzi. I post videos every Wednesday and Sundays, similar content to this, and so if you're happy with this video today, I would please kindly ask you to subscribe. Please subscribe. Thank you. All right, so first things first, we have to identify what it is. So this may be a little bit obvious that obviously, if you're going to start something new, you need to know what it is. But the truth is, most of us don't even know what it is, right? Even for myself, like for years, I was like, I don't know my purpose, like I don't know what I need to do, and that's totally fine. For those people who are in that similar boat, what I would say to you is to just relax. It's all good. It's okay. Because I do think when you're trying to stress your way into purpose, or worrying about it day in and day out, it doesn't help anyone. It actually takes longer to even get started. So I would just say the first thing, just relax. It's okay. And whatever you're doing right now, you just keep doing that. If you're a student, you keep studying. If you're working, you keep working, right? And in the meantime, while you're doing that, I would say is to follow your curiosity, right? If there is something within you that is, a nudge towards a certain direction, kind of pulling you to a certain direction, then I would say just kind of pursue that. If you're curious about maybe, doing a podcast, or you're curious about, doing music or whatever it may be, right? You just start with that. Whatever it is that is kind of like in your spirit to begin doing, I would say you just go with that. If there is nothing there at all, that is also totally fine. In that case, then I would just say to listen to podcasts that kind of inspire you. You can watch documentaries or interviews of people that you admire that could spark something within you, and just engage, reading books, engage with your favorite authors or people that you admire the most. Then you just kind of engage into their content, and that could help out as well, right? But definitely do not stress. Be as relaxed as you possibly can, and just know that just you as you are as a person, you are purpose, right? Every day in the morning when you wake up, know that I am purpose, right? God brought you into this earth for a reason. You're still alive for a reason, and that is absolutely good enough. Whatever it is that you're doing, you keep doing that, and purpose or the dream or the passion, it will follow you. And when you do get to a point when you are kind of inspired to do something, or there's something within you, pulling you towards a certain direction, and then you can begin. The next thing after that is to don't worry about what people will think. For most people, this is the biggest fear and the biggest concern for most people. Most creatives or entrepreneurs who are looking to start a business or pursue a certain field in the creative space, right? It's just worrying about what people will think. I'm at this age, what do people think if I start doing this, kind of thing. And to be honest, I've said this before and I'm going to keep saying it, people don't think about us as much as we think they do, right? As humans, sometimes it's our ego driving us, and it's a vanity as well, thinking that people are thinking of you more than they actually do, right? And for this, what I say is just that even for yourself, think about when you hear someone in your circle or someone that think about when you hear they're doing something different, or they've pivoted and they're doing something different, or they've launched something, or they're doing, started a business. Think for yourself, how much time do you spend thinking about that particular person and what they're doing, right? Most likely we can think about it. Let's say it pops up on your Instagram. You will look at it for 2-3 seconds. It's going to pass by, and that's it. You may, it may pop up on your head later on, for a few seconds, and that is it, right? And so this is what I always think about, and I would highly emphasize for you as well, is to know that nobody cares, nobody's thinking about you as much as you think they do. People have their own lives, people have their own struggles, they have their own things that they're trying to do, they're trying to live, day by day, and just they're trying to do the best they can and be the best they can, right? And this is your path, and this is what you're doing. You just have to focus on you. Do not worry what other people will think of you. At the end of the day, it does not matter. If God is asking you to do something, or if in your intuition, your gut, you're feeling that you're getting pulled towards to doing something, then you want to go with that. And it should not matter what anyone will think, what anyone will say. At the end of the day, it's your life, and it's only one life that we get to live, right? Ultimately. And you don't want to waste time worrying about what the next person is going to say, when in reality, they're not going to affect you in any kind of way. They're not paying your bills. They're not contributing to your finances in any kind of way. And so why should you care about it, right? So do not worry. Just be you. Get started. The next thing is start before you're ready. Marie Forleo, for any of you that may know her, she's an influencer, motivational speaker, all that good stuff. And she always says this, like, start before you're ready. Everything that you need to get going and get started is already in your possession. If God has called you to do something, He has already equipped you with all that you will need to get started. Sometimes we come up with excuses, right? For example, with this channel, when I was thinking about starting to upload videos again and everything like that, I could be like, oh yeah, first I need to get this fancy camera, I need to first get this fancy lighting and this fancy microphone, all that stuff. And all those things that I don't really even that important, if I'm choosing to first get those things, it's actually delaying me, and it's actually just an excuse to not get started. And because truthfully, I'm afraid, right? It is like for you to, like, let's say for example, have a YouTube channel like the one I have right now. It's vulnerable, right? It's vulnerable in a way that you're putting yourself out there. You don't know who's going to watch your video at what time, kind of thing. So it's a very scary space to be in, and you can come up with 1,000 excuses of why you're not doing it, you're not getting started, right? And I could have applied those excuses for myself as well, but I chose not to. And so I would say for you as well, just look at whatever reasons you're coming up with as excuses and accept it for what it is. And just change your mindset, change your perspective on things, and know that to start with something, you don't need to be in the perfect conditions. Everything needs to, line up exactly as you would like it to in order for you to get started. This just delays you, and you're not getting anywhere. If you're studying junky, you're studying crappy, the content or whatever it is not ideally where you would like for it to be. The best part is that you're actually getting started, and with time you improve and get better and better every single day. And so do not be afraid. Get rid of all the excuses. Whatever you have, whatever is in your possession right now, you start with that and you grow from there. I saw a quote, it was on Instagram, and it was saying, waiting for the perfect time is the perfect excuse not to start anything. There is never going to be the perfect time. The truth is, you're afraid, and that's it. But for you to think that there's gonna be this time where everything is just wonderful and this is the ideal situation for me to get started, that's never going to come, right? Whatever it is that is already in your possession, you want to start with that and get going. The next thing is to know that there is no such thing as failure. Of course, one of the biggest attractors for us as well when you're trying to start something new is the fear of failure. Right? I mentioned before in my previous video that also for myself, like my biggest fears in life are like fear of rejection and fear of failure, right? But what you have to know and understand is that there is no such thing as failure. It's all about your perspective, right? If you, like, even my pastor was just saying this past Sunday in church, that if you were to start something, let's say if it's a business or your brand or whatever it is, if you start and it ends up collapsing or it ends up failing miserably, that is 10 times better than you not having started at all. Because guess what? From that experience, you have gained lessons, right? And those lessons that you've learned, you can then apply to your next venture. Whatever it is you're choosing to do next, you already have that experience, you have that knowledge that you can apply for the next thing. And so in life, there is no such thing as failure. It's all about perspective and how you look at things. And you have to look at it in a way that I can never fail. I would never fail. Like, even if this doesn't work out, I did not fail. I just gained a bunch of experience, a bunch of skills, a bunch of knowledge that I can apply for the next thing. And so that's the tip that I will share with you, that change your mindset and know that there is no failing no matter what. You have to start, and first, you don't know what could happen. It could end up, far exceeding expectations, and you're just succeeding in a way that you did not even imagine, right? And even if it's the other way around, you did not fail. You did not fail, you did not fail, and you have to know that I can never fail. My pastor says, I can never fail. I am a success no matter what. I can never, ever, ever fail, right? A good mindset, like a mantra to have, is I can never fail. Everything that happens into my life is happening for me. Everything that happens into my life is happening for me. A bonus tip that I would like to give, especially if you're creative and you want to write a book, pursue music, start a YouTube channel, build your brand on social media, whatever it is, I would recommend for you to read the book Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert. This book is so good. It's so good because all the fears, all your concerns, everything that you worry about when it comes to starting something new, something different, she addresses everything in that book. Like, that book changed my life. Honestly, it's one of the biggest reasons why I even started doing this channel. And one of my favorite things that she talks about in the book is this idea that with God, like, in the end, his will must be done, right? And he can give you like an amazing idea, like a great idea to do something. And when you're delaying and kind of taking your time, thinking, oh yeah, I'll do it next year, I will do it next month, somehow, some way, that same exact idea is getting passed along to the next person. And then that's when you find yourself, you may see someone doing something and you're like, oh my gosh, I had this exact same idea of doing this thing, and the truth is that it's because in the end, God's will must be done. And if you're not doing the thing that God is asking you to do, God will find someone else to do that thing, because in the end, it has to get done, right? So it can be with you if you're choosing to do it and pursuing it, or he's going to give that idea to the next person. And perhaps you could have done it better than they're doing it, or they're doing it better than you could have been doing it, but we cannot speak to that. But in the end, it's going to get done regardless. And so the whole point, she's just trying to encourage you to just not delay. Don't think that you have all this time in the world to get started and I can just do it whenever I feel like it. The motivation, the inspiration, it kind of goes away, it drifts away when you're not taking action, you're not pursuing the things that God is asking you to pursue. All right, if you've reached this point, thank you so much. I am so thankful every single day to each and every one of you for watching these videos. I get like sometimes my cousins and on Instagram, people are like, I watch every video you upload. Oh my god, like that is so the sweetest thing, the best thing I could hear, and I'm so thankful, guys. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, if you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. I thank you so much. I will see you next time. Bye.